Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. It's been a while since I flew last. Been very busy with work, and then on my spare time I've been mainly playing some Football Manager. Felt like it was time for a bit of a change. Been flying quite a lot during these last few years, so needed to change things up. Don't think I'll do YouTube of that though. That's quite nerdy enough. But I'm now finally back flying. Finally had some more time over. Easier to play other games, such as Football Manager, when you don't have time, right? Because you can just kind of quit those and do other things. I guess you can pause when you're flying as well, but it doesn't feel as natural. So we are flying for a new virtual airline that I joined, UK Direct. So this is my 7th one that I joined. This one is good though because it doesn't have any requirements on how often you have to fly. You just have to complete some training flights, and I thought that would be nice. They have certain planes that none of my other fleets have, such as the 717, but also the DC-10, the CLS one, and I think the Just Flight TriStar. Not that I think I'll fly that often, because I do like the Captain Sim one a lot more. And they do have the David Maltby, not the back 111 unfortunately, but the Trident. So I might be flying that at some points. And they have a pretty easy livery, so you can kind of easily make that for most planes as well. So yeah, overall a pretty nice virtual airline that's flown by using this FS Airlines tool. And I am just quickly gonna actually set that up and see if we can get it working. And I think we press fly. Let's see, you can start your flight now. Your then flight button will appear as soon as you land. And I've already done one flight with this airline, but it was also, well, it was as short as this flight is gonna be. It was from Manchester down here to Birmingham, which interestingly enough, because I've been watching this this television series called Wrexham, also one of the reasons why I played a bit of Football Manager, since I haven't done that for a while. But it's interesting because I think Tom Brady now owns the football team here in Birmingham, so that's the fun fact of today. But we'll be flying from Birmingham down to Bournemouth. Yeah, something. Probably butchered that city's name, but yeah, a short flight. Domestic UK flight to be precise, and I think it's a bit longer than Manchester Birmingham, but it's not very long at all. So it's about 132 nautical miles. The altitude is a bit higher though. It's 19,000. When I flew down from Manchester to Birmingham, it was like 9,000. So we'll still get up pretty far up. Well, 19,000 isn't that far up, but kind of turboprop heights. And we're doing the walk around now. We have the beautiful TFDI 717. Well, apart from us being able to see through the nose there. But the livery looks pretty good. Very simple, UK direct. Most virtual airlines are UK based. I think the aviation has a pretty good, or the flight simming community is pretty UK based to a large extent. UK or US. But this is, yeah, it's a very nice aircraft actually. I do like the 717 more than the MD-11 that TFDI has done. I don't know why, but I feel like the exterior model is nicer on the 717, even though the MD-11 is a newer plane. So I'm not sure if they had just a different guy who did the exterior model or not, but yeah, it just looks better. And yeah, let's get going. I'm gonna change the view. We don't need to check too much out there. I'm gonna change the viewpoint from the outside perspective so we have something nice. Let's see, maybe something like this. And what else do we need to do? We just check the recording is going forward as it's supposed to be. We can maybe close Steam. We don't need to have that on. Unnecessary computing power. And yeah, that should be it. I just noticed I haven't flown in X-Plane for a while, but I'm probably gonna do some of my flights there. They're now updated the beta, right? So nothing to stop me. It's I guess it's just been that I've been wanting to fly these planes that are only available in P3D as of now, such as the 717. So then you get you get a bit stuck in a specific simulator. But okay, let's get started. Not a hard plane to set up properly, as long as you remember it. So you can do the batteries, emergency power. We have the nice. I wonder if you could connect this EFB to, but I don't think you can. Maybe Avia have something. Let me see, Avia. But I'm gonna guess that the Avia CDU is also only connectable to the, because they have an EFB bundle. Let me see, Avia EFB, but it's only for the quality wings and the Mad Dog and the PMDG 777. Ah, but it's only for the older versions, Queen of the Skies. Or is it 2? Maybe it's 2. So maybe it does work. Version 5. Yeah, it should work. In, let me see, here's the ultimate bundle. So that you get, well, it's only the PMDG ones, okay. But if you get a single license, you can get it for a TFDI design. Someone says you can get it for the CDU though. So if you want to have an iPad for this one, so okay, that's pretty dope. We don't have that today, so I'll just be using. I don't even have the documents. I only have. It's too hard to kind of do the PNG file versions and upload those. So you need to have a specific picture, right, for each one. I wish they could have just had it as a PDF reader or something to that extent. But oh well, can't get everything. We can start with the ground power unit. We can just open most of these. Connect the external power. That should get things starting. We have a nice CRJ by Fly UK landing. Another one coming in here to the gate. A little bit hard. Since we're doing a short flight, we can have a look at, trying to think, maybe we could do first the boarding of the people, right? That's usually a good place to start. Cruising altitude 19,000. Just putting in some random numbers here. We're flying the 717. 100 passengers. Let's say that we have Wi-Fi, even though I have no evidence that the 717 has had Wi-Fi, but I'm gonna assume it has. We'll do generic for all of these because we don't have anything for UK direct. Unfortunately, not yet at least. Safety, generic. Now we can start that. I'll request boarding with GSX as well. We don't need to board any crew. Galley can come on. Same with the start pump. No smoking. We don't need the logo light. We can arm that. Open forward cargo. I thought I did that, but seems like I forgot. So now we kind of have everything correctly set up. Maybe we can get like a nice picture for the thumbnail, since it's a short flight, it's easy to forget. So I'll do that one. It's pretty sad though, in a sense. In the 717 it's kind of being phased out now. There used to be a bit of those in around Finland, Sweden, Blue One. I don't think I ever flew with it, which is a bummer, of course. Let's see, what else? I think that's it for the, oh yeah, these ones, the nav. Those are important. And what we want to do next is just import the flight plan into Pilot 2ADC and set it up correctly there. So we can compare. We have a SID and we have a star. Actually, we're, as a first step, gonna do the runway 26 approach before we start populating the FMC in the game. So I'm gonna do approach. I'm gonna guess it's an ILS. And the last waypoint we have is SAM. So I'm gonna assume that the easiest is just to do a direct rather than having to go and fly around. So we'll load that. Of course that's risking having the ATC go haywire, but we hope that it will not. 19,000 looks correct. And we are ready. I'll connect to the sim. I'll put that one on flight plan. I've already loaded up everything else, so that should be fine. Flight plan in it.
QNH is 1003, arriving and departing.
I'm gonna remove the 80s for now. Okay, we have that one. In terms of alternate, we have EGLL, so Heathrow. And I'm gonna align after I put this in. Or initialize the IRS. I'm just gonna put our call sign as flight number, because why not? Don't think we can do the temp and wind, but we can do the cost index, which is 10. And then we can start populating these ones. We have the block. We don't have the zero fuel. Or we do have it, but we don't have it automatically being populated, which is 94.7. TOCG, I think you can get it from this one. 16.1. Then I usually just take the same one for that. Not sure how to otherwise kind of assume it. Ballast fuel 0. Center tank. Okay, we have that. We should have, to be precise, probably done the flight plan before we populated that, but well, small differences. We're taking off from runway 33 with the ADME. So we can insert that. Then we are flying an airway. That is Y. 321 CPT, and that's also the start of our star. So that's going to be CPT-1S, and we're going to fly to ILS 26 with CPT-1S, and there should be no trans. There should be a discontinuity. Apparently not. Not sure if that's or maybe that's how it works. Let's see. Then we have the takeoff approach, which is the final one. You can see we have the passengers boarding now, so relatively smooth process. If you want to find their website, it's UK Direct, but you join it by going through this FS virtual or FS Airlines virtual airlines management system. And it's a very old website, so it doesn't really work. But you know, some I think you get the fleet from here, right? So if you want to download some of the deliveries that they have, you can do it from here. Unfortunately, they're missing a few good ones. For example, no PMDG for the 777, etc. But they have all the way back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2002. So that's pretty cool. Okay, let's get back inside, continue with getting all this stuff set up correctly. The wind for the takeoff, let's get that from the 80s.
Arriving and departing runway 33. Birmingham Airport Information Sierra. For 20 local winds are 260 at 11 knots. Visibility 6 miles. 4,900 feet clouds. Temperature 17, dew point 5. Current QNH is 1003. Arriving and departing runway 33.
1003. Okay.
Birmingham Airport Information Sierra. For 20 local winds are 260 at 11 knots. Visibility 6 miles. 4,900 feet clouds. Temperature 17, dew point 5. Current QNH is 1003. Arriving and departing runway 33.
Let's get this one set up correctly. That should be it. Flap setting. We can go maybe 10 is a good flap setting. Something like that. Oh, can we? Oh, we only have 2 viewpoints. That's good to be aware of. Okay, so flap 10. Flex, we'll get that from no full thrust. I'm gonna add a low flex. Yeah, minor changes, nothing. And there we have the V1 speeds, rotate, and V2. Okay, battery is charging, that ain't good. I've never really understood. It's some bug with this emergency one. I've had it before. It's a bit annoying. Let's start the APU. See if we can solve it with that. Oh, now it stopped. So now it shouldn't be discharging. Battery charging. Perfect. So yeah, just a bit slow. We can close some of the doors already. You can see the APU starting there, so that's good. We can set the stab trim 5.2 is the request. So let's see if we can put that in. 4, 5, 2, 5.2. Good. Other things we can check is of course the fire test.
Fire, right engine. Fire, left engine.
And I think this is the latest or the last plane from McDonnell Douglas kind of lineup, even though it is a Boeing. But I would still call it McDonnell Douglas. When you think about it, this could have been the A220 of Boeing if they just redeveloped it a bit. Okay, whew. Let's see. Next step, generator APU is off. Let's put that on. These trans can go on. Fuel pumps, left and right ones can go on. Can do that to open. Shut the start pump. Not sure if we need to use ram air actually, so we can keep that. Windshields, anti-frog, anti-ice. Okay, that looks good. Let's start asking for clearances. UK Direct 4003, ready to copy, IFR clearance.
Updirect 4003 is cleared to Echo Golf Hotel Hotel climb via the ADME 1 mic departure with the ADMEX transition, then is 5. Expect departure runway tree. Climb to flight level 100 via the
100.
Expect higher clearances 5 minutes after departure. Birmingham radar director on 131.0. Squawk 3134.
3134.
Updirect 4003 is cleared to Echo Golf Hotel Hotel climb via the ADME 1 mic departure.
There we go.
The ADMEX
I'll put it on so we don't forget.
Climb to flight level 100 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 5 minutes after departure. Birmingham radar director on 131.0. Squawk 3134.
3134.
Updirect 4003 readback correct QNH is 1003 contact Birmingham ground on 121.8 when ready for pushback enjoy your morning.
QNH is 1003 ground on 121.8 Updirect 4003.
And here you can also I think put in your call sign for example. Okay, in terms of weather, let me just have a quick look. Nothing. At 20,000 feet there's moderate icing, that's about it. At the airport we are landing at, there is, let's see. It's looking good. Very good visibility. Few clouds at 2,000 feet. Broken at 1,400. Okay, so we should be fine. Relatively similar weather at Heathrow. Okay, and we are almost done with the packs. We have 100 out of 110. I'm gonna ask them to expedite the boarding.
We'll see what we can do. No promises.
Okay, 1 minute left. We can disconnect the external one. Remove that. UK Direct 4003 ready for pushback.
Updirect 4003 pushback approved.
Pushback approved Updirect 4003.
Okay, let's prepare that. I'm gonna open up my iPad here on or separately because I just wanna check. So we are gonna be landing at runway 26. That's the ILS one. Do we have a chart for that? ILS chart for runway 26. Good. United Kingdom AIP 256
We're
to
ready to go when you are.
1050. I do wonder if we can see that already here on the radio. That does make me a bit worried.
Welcome aboard flight
Maybe we can populate it 1110
time will be roughly 2 hours. Now
and
that
then with the course of 256.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and
I'm not sure if that maybe comes later though, so maybe we're a bit too quick here, but let's see. Okay,
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Did the door close automatically? That's nice. Actually, very nice. Okay, and he's about to connect here to GSX crew. It's very interesting in the Sense P3, and kind of what I like is that it's like very modern how it looks with some of these things, you know, of course not fancy graphics, but then you have these things. Of course this is a scenery based one, but what is this?
Locking gear.
Look at this vehicle. Not the best. Oh, and there we have an EasyJet taking off. That's cool. Okay, we can do facing southwest.
Release parking brakes.
Okay, let's check that we did get pushback clearance. We did get pushback clearance. We are ready. I'm gonna just
Commencing push.
connect the
All
parking
engines clear.
gear.
Start at will.
Or the parking brakes, not the parking gear. Yeah, that doesn't exist. Okay, let's see. Let's start the right engine first. Or that was the plan.
Gentlemen, welcome aboard. Our crew members are committed to ensuring your comfort and above all, your safety. We'd like to take
Did
a few
I
minutes to acquaint you with
miss
the many safety features of this aircraft.
any step? Let me
Although
have a
you
look.
already may be familiar with many of these procedures, we'd appreciate your attention during this important safety briefing.
We have the
Safety starts with
APU.
your seatbelt. Whenever the seatbelt light is turned
The
on,
air.
your
We didn't
seatbelt
have the
must be
air.
fastened low and tight
That was a
across your
mistake
lap.
on mine.
Simply slide the middle end into the buckle and
There we
adjust
go.
by pulling on the loose end of the strap.
Okay, now we're gonna get the engine started. We have some okay viewpoints. Any cool ones?
Seatbelt
Nothing
fastened whenever seated
too
and while
spectacular.
sleeping.
Let's do the fuel on.
In case of an emergency, it's important that you know how to exit the aircraft as quickly as possible. This aircraft has emergency exits, each
Okay.
marked with the red and white exit signs. Now would be a good time to take a moment and locate the two exits nearest you, keeping in
Set
mind that
parking
your
brakes.
nearest exit may be behind you.
Parking brake
All
set.
doors are equipped with
Waiting your
evacuation
confirmation for
slide
good engine
rails,
start.
which may be detached
Okay,
and
we'll wait
used as
confirmation
flotation
for good
devices.
engine start.
If evacuation is
But I think
necessary and
we
cabin
can confirm
visibility is
that
reduced, aisle parking
already.
will illuminate. A change in colour or exit sign will indicate
Unlocking
you
gear.
have reached an exit. Our cabin is pressurised at a comfortable rate. If we experience a sudden decrease of cabin pressure, an oxygen mask will appear from the compartment above your seat.
Looking good. Do we have any other? No, okay, we'll just use this one. So some nice viewpoints, but nothing
Bypass pin.
crazy good.
Although
Okay,
oxygen will
I
flow
think
through the
that's
nose, plastic bag may not inflate.
enough with the right engine, so we can start the left one.
Other passengers. Life vests are located in plastic bags beneath or in some cases between each seat. Pull on the fabric
Oh, we
straps
didn't
to
try
release
this
the
one.
Cargo
Well,
is
Serve
low.
your
that
head
one
while
works,
placing
so that's
your
good.
arms through the side straps. Pull the strap
Okay,
firmly
we
to
can
expose
add
the back
fuel
panel
to the
and
mix.
tighten by pulling out on the yellow
We
tab.
can also do the
Inflate
weather
just
radar.
prior to exiting the aircraft by pulling the red
That should be
tabs or by
sufficient.
manually blowing
VX.
through the tubes at shoulder level. The night
Let's
locator
see,
can be investigated by
TCAS,
pulling on the
traffic
last
is
tab.
usually enough. We can do
Every
traffic
member of our
and
crew
map.
is highly trained in emergency procedures.
And
For
then
everyone's
what we
safety,
can
please follow all
do,
crew
now we
member
have weather
instructions and
radar on
observe
this
posted and
one.
lighted information signs.
So we can
Please
put
remember,
terrain radar
smoking
on
is
the
not
right
permitted on
one.
this aircraft. All of our lavatories are equipped with smoke detection.
Both engines have started and pushback is
Cellular telephone
clear.
is permitted on board while the aircraft door is open. When the aircraft door is closed, your phone must be turned off
Or
for
the
the
ground
duration
crew
of the
is
flight.
It's
Some
clear of the
personal
area.
electronic devices are
You can hide the
prohibited while on
EFBs
board
if we
the
don't have any
aircraft.
use of it, and I have my
Once airborne,
iPad that I'm
you will be
using
advised
instead.
when the use of approved devices such as personal computers and compact disc players is permitted. A complete list of approved devices may be found in the magazine located in the seat back pocket in front of you. We'll be taking off momentarily, so please make sure that your tray tables, seat backs and footrests are in their upright and stowed position, and that all carry-on
Okay.
baggage is properly stowed, either in
Let's
the overhead bin
get
or under the seat in front of you.
going, and
Remember
it's
that
very
the
close,
overhead
right?
bins should be opened slowly and carefully, as the contents may shift
The
around during
runway
the flight.
33 is the
We also
closest one,
recommend
so we
that
can
all
just ask for
passengers
taxi
take a moment
clearance.
to review the
UK Direct 4003, ready to taxi.
Up direct 4003, this is Birmingham ground on 121.8. Sorry, I can't handle that request.
That's annoying. Let me put these ones on. We can shut the APU. Should on the air first, that was a bit of a mistake. But I will. UK Direct 4003, ready to taxi.
We're prepared for takeoff.
Did we get that? We got it.
Up
Perfect.
direct 4003, runway tree, taxi via taxiways Delta, Delta 6, Delta 7,
And
Echo
let's
2,
see, we need
Sierra
to press
3,
auto
Sierra,
flight
Sierra
1.
2, Sierra
Oh,
1,
wait, let's see,
hold
nav.
short runway tree.
Runway tree, taxi via taxiways Delta, Delta 6, Delta 7, Echo 2,
There
Sierra
we go.
3,
Now we
Sierra,
have takeoff
Sierra
clamp.
2, Sierra 1, hold short runway tree up direct 4003.
Now we can press efficiency, so we have that one armed. We can release the parking brakes. We can add a bit of thrust. Whilst we set the right flap level. We can hide that one, we're on flaps 10. We can arm the speed brake. We don't have any auto brakes, nothing to arm in that regard. Gotta be a bit careful, you don't wanna exceed a ground speed of 25 with UK Direct, so that's something to keep in mind. Okay, let's see. And we'll just turn here. And for those of you wondering about the scenery, this is the UK 2000 Birmingham, and we're flying with True Earth UK South, and we're flying to a freeware Bournemouth airport, but I think there is one by UK 2000 actually. And let me see, does the airport oh yeah, it goes a bit further back actually. But I guess you could take off from that. I guess it depends on how much runway you need. Okay, let's see, we should soon get the handover. Then we can do that. And let me see, can we add like a nice viewpoint? What would be a nice viewpoint with
Direct
this?
4003, contact Birmingham Tower on
Maybe we can keep that
118.3.
one. Okay.
Tower on 118.3 up direct 4003.
One thing we did forget was the seatbelt. Unfortunately, we did do that. UK Direct 4003, ready for takeoff.
Up direct 4003, winds are 270 at 11 knots. Runway tree cleared for takeoff, squawk 3134.
Cleared for takeoff.
Runway tree cleared for takeoff, squawking 3134 up direct 4003.
Doesn't seem like we have anyone coming in for landing, so that's good news. Means we can take off without any hassle. Let's try to also take off, let's do a rolling start. Should be quite easy with this one since it goes to takeoff flex by itself. Okay, let's see, we'll turn in. That should be sufficient to get it to be set to takeoff. Airspeed is alive. Looking good. 80 knots, checked. Wish there were some callouts for this one, but I will. 100 knots checked. 120 knots checked. V1, rotate. Now we should get up pretty smoothly. Yeah, look at that. And maybe this is the best viewpoint actually. There we go, leaving Birmingham behind us, climbing. Looking good. We can go to flap 0. You can see the flaps retracting there. Still looking nice. Climbing. Very nice surroundings as well. With True Earth UK delivering as always. Okay, we want to climb a bit more because we're going to overspeed. It's easy to overspeed with this one. It's more of those
Updirect 4003 contact.
what are they
Birmingham
called? More
radar
the
director
kind
on
of Airbus
131.0.
auto throttle.
Radar director on 131.0 Updirect 4003.
Oh, now we're on climb thrust. We
Radar
wanna
director
go.
Updirect 4003 climbing to flight level 100.
Oh, maybe we can keep as
Updirect
is.
4003, good morning.
There we go. Climb thrust pitch. Sometimes a bit, or I do tend to forget. I think that's how you do it. FMS speed, right? There we go. Climb thrust pitch nav 1. So there we have it set correctly.
Altitude.
But as you can see, it's a bit. I'm not a big fan of these UK SIDs. They want to keep you quite low, so it doesn't work that well with pilot to ADC.
4003, contact Manchester
Oh, we even had
Center
some
on
lag there.
8.77.
Don't often see
Center
that
on
with P3D.
118.77 Updirect 4003.
Specifically not with this plane. It's a very well performing plane. That one should have gone to landing lights as well, but we can turn it off for now. Okay, looking good. Since we're gonna be maintaining 6000, I'm gonna go on autopilot fully. We have 28 minutes left. It's not a long flight, as you can see on the display. Question is, how long will we have to
Stabilizer motion.
stay at this level? BB20. ADMX, all the way to ADMX actually. So that's gonna be a waste of fuel. Let's have a look at the. You can't see this since I'm checking it on my iPad, but it's nothing too spectacular. Transition altitude at 6,000 feet. We can actually talking about that. Pull this one so that we are on the default or on the standard altimeter, and we are flying as we should now, so that's good. Doesn't seem to be any high obstacles here either. That's good. Outside hours of operation, the Solent CTA, the transition altitude is 3000. Okay, so there's a bit of differences. I do like the United Kingdom AIP of the airport. It's very kind of clear. Very basic look. It's like this blue-white or blue on white, maybe purple actually. But it does the job. That's the key. Okay, let's see. I'll leave this. The iPad. I'll put it to my side. Have a look if we're getting any higher clearances. Nothing yet. Looks pretty calm. We're still flying here above lovely UK. Yeah, I need to check some of these viewpoints. They're a bit boring. It's always harder with these tail aircrafts. And here we can see from above how we are overflying the another airport. Which one is that? Military maybe? Perhaps? Maybe just a smaller one. But yeah, it's looking good. We're gonna now, after ADMEX, I think we are gonna climb. Yeah, we're starting to climb. 24 minutes to go. Let's see if we pick up the pace a bit once we start climbing and get higher. Okay, let's see. Climbing. Let's see if we get higher clearances.
Altitude.
Tower, dzień dobry, Wizard 1152, establish localizer 33. Wizard 1152, sir, dzień dobry, continue. Continue approach, Wizard 1152.
Okay, let's see. Higher clearances, have we gotten that? Still nothing, we're still on the radar. Oh yeah, because it hasn't changed. Oh, I hate that. I don't know why it bugs out always over the UK. It's frustrating. And actually we're still on the wrong one. Now we're on the right.
Control Luck Direct 4003 at flight level 100.
Direct 4003, good morning. Contact London Control on 118.47.
Control on 118.47
Altitude.
Direct 4003.
Are we gonna get higher clearances or?
Direct 4003 climb.
There we go.
Maintain flight level 140.
Okay, let's see. We might be able to
Climb
get
and
it up to
maintain flight level
19,000.
140 Direct 4003.
Will be quite tight though if we're gonna make it down as
Control
well.
Luck Direct 4003 climbing to flight level 140.
Direct 4003, good morning.
We should actually climb like this instead if we're gonna make it.
Direct 4003, expect the CPT-1 Sierra arrival with the CPT transition with vectors for the ILS approach to runway 26 at Bournemouth Airport.
We already passed the top of descent in pilot ADC as
Sierra
well.
arrival with the CPT transition with vectors for the ILS approach to runway 26 Direct
So if we passed it with pilot ADC, I'm guessing we won't get higher clearances than 14,000. But let's see. Doesn't hurt to climb a bit more. We still have 90 nautical miles to go, so we're not in a mega rush to get down. But we should start descending shortly.
Direct
Yeah, we got it.
4003 climb and maintain flight level 190.
Climb and maintain flight level 190 at Direct 4003.
Oh, interesting. You can't even go with a higher vertical speed than 4,000. That's interesting. Not that I think it's weird in any way, right? You wouldn't usually use that. Okay, we're at 14,000. We're just about not gonna make it to 19,000. Oh well. 50 minutes of flying left, so it's not gonna be long. I hope I have set up the airport correctly. Let's close these ones. Let's put the seatbelt sign off as well for a small time or a short time.
KLM 5 for Juliet, fly reverse, Sierra Papa Lima, descend to flight level 70.
Okay, yeah, you can see we're just about gonna miss the top of descent, but we still haven't gotten anything in terms of approach, so that's not good. So either they're waiting for us to reach 19,000 or they're just delaying.
Altitude.
So let me see now, I'm gonna ask to descend, maybe that might work. UK direct 4003, request flight level 100.
Up direct 4003 descend and maintain flight level 100.
Okay.
Descend and maintain flight level 100 up direct 4003.
God, it's taking forever just to align with 19,000, but okay. Let's go down to 10,000 then. We don't need to hold, we can go to prof, vertical alert, idle, and let's get us down. We have 75 nautical miles before we're supposed to land, so we might be a bit delayed and a bit high, to be honest. At CPT we want to be at around 13,500. We should make that, I think, give or take. Sucks that they don't have more in the EFB. In that department the MD-11 does win though, but I do prefer this EFB. It looks really cool, you know, you even have fingerprints on it and stuff. It's, in that sense, it's one of my favorite EFBs in P3D, to be honest. Or overall. I'm not particularly fond of the X-Plane EFBs. Okay, we're descending. Still no further clearance, right? We just got to expect the arrival, etc, 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 but nothing apart from that. Okay, let me see, we can maybe request here. So we can request ILS.
Control Luck Direct 4003 request ILS approach to runway 26.
Up direct 4003 contact Bournemouth approach.
But the risk is that we...
With your request, enjoy your morning.
Approach on 119.47 up direct 4003.
Yeah, I might have messed it up with that one. Okay, let's see, so
approach up direct 4003 request radar vectors for the ILS approach to runway 26.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Up direct 4003 turn right to heading 200 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 26 at Bournemouth Airport descend and maintain 2,000 feet.
Turn right to heading 200 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 26 descend and maintain 2,000 feet up direct 4003.
Okay, 2,000 feet, so we can already go very low. That's good at least. You want to turn 200, so I guess we could turn already. The problem is that they are going to set us up really badly. Just when I'm looking at the... Well, maybe that should be fine actually. Yeah, let's do that then. We can do
Up direct 4003 turn right to heading 205.
205 it is.
Heading 205 up direct 4003.
And we can descend by own accord. Probably a little bit faster than that.
Hello, so number approaching from Passage Charlie Papa with Bravo, heading 050 using Weber.
France 5 Charlie Papa, Roger, maintain heading 050. The vectors are letter matrices right. The information is now.
Okay, now it says we have 163 nautical miles to go. Does that seem a bit extra?
Up direct
We
4003 turn
less
right
than
to
80.
heading 210.
Okay,
Heading 210 up direct 4003.
0. We're gonna descend through 10,000, so I'm gonna put on all the landing lights. But as you can see, a pretty good weather, some clouds. This is kind of my favorite weather to fly.
Turn left heading 220, reduce speed to 230.
If you want nice views.
Left heading 220, reduce speed to 230 knots, 509.
2D clouds also look kind of the best in these types of weather, aka kind of basic cumulus.
The flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt.
Up direct 4003 slow to 250 knots or less.
Wilco up direct 4003.
We have begun our final descent to Bournemouth. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final
They
time.
want us to slow down a bit, and we are going definitely way too fast.
Also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under
Gonna add
the
a
seat
bit of
Read all Wi-Fi related
speed
tasks
brake,
and show any
even though
larger
that's
electronic
cheating.
Approach good evening, boarding 460 Matango.
Turning 460 Matango, Bravo, Trinidad Island, matrices right.
Okay, maybe we don't need to add full speed brakes at least.
Up direct 4003 turn left to heading 195 QNH is 1006 at Bournemouth Airport.
Turn left to heading 195 QNH is 1006 up direct 4003.
Up direct 400, free expedite speed reduction to 250 knots.
Why are we
Wilco
not?
up direct 4003.
Is it because we don't have enough drag? Yeah, because we're flying with... Maybe we can just descend slower. We still have ways to go. Okay, I don't have any fear that we're not gonna make it. That should... Yeah, we're now flying much slower.
Up direct 400, free turn to heading 195.
I really like how UK looks with True Earth. It looks very lovely. Okay, turn heading 1, 9, 5. There we go. Let me see if we have had any changes in the radio. 1110 256. And I'm gonna check my pad as well. See the lines 256 1110. Procedure not available without DME or radar. Well, that makes sense. Luckily we have both.
Right heading 270, 1 inch on Atlantic 16, Xenia 9509.
Telling 460 Matango, turn right heading 050, reduce speed to 230.
Heading 050, speed to 30 knots, what is 460?
Okay, and we are... Yeah, it looks okay. We'll come... If they vector us in properly, it should be fine. Kind of direct here. So, shouldn't be a problem, but you never know until you know. One thing though, they said 2,000 feet. Is that low enough? I think I saw 2,000 on the chart, but better to double check. 3,000 and 1,500. But I guess that if you're doing the transition one. If you're going straight in, 1,500 will be a bit high potentially. Not by a lot though, but you know, small discrepancies are not a good either.
France Papa Charlie Papa, first descent to 1 mile, reduce speed to 180 knots, you're following heavy traffic.
Radius speed 180 France Papa Charlie Papa.
We can probably descend even slower. It's gonna be at 2000. The question is, what's the altimeter, right? UK direct 4003. Say altimeter.
Direct 4003, this is Bournemouth approach on 119.47. Sorry, I can't handle that request.
Approach direct 4003.
Okay, let's ask the
say
co-pilot to do it.
Direct 4003 QNH is 1006 at Bournemouth Airport.
QNH is 1006 direct
One
4003.
thing I totally forgot about is the approach one. Okay, VAP 138 if we're doing full flaps, but then we're talking about the minimums, right? 210. Let's use category C for this one. 210. Oh, we didn't want to jump out of the plane. We wanted to set the minimums. It's gonna be the Barrow 210. That's good enough. Vertical speed is looking good. We can see the sea, the English Channel. I'm trying to think which we're gonna be flying. You know, which airport is. I'm pretty sure there's an airport. Let me just check the map. 'Cause we're gonna be flying right across an airport. But which one is that? Looks like a general aviation one. Let's have a look actually on the map. It's probably something like, maybe not Southampton, but something along those lines. It is Southampton. Okay, so we're gonna fly right above Southampton, which I don't yet own. I'm gonna buy it at some point from Orbex. It looks pretty okay. I want to have more of these UK ones so I can really fly across the UK. Domestic hubs, or UK domestic hubs to be truthful. We are at 2000 shortly. You can see the localizer down here and the glide slope. We are... Have we already flown over the airport, or... No, we're missing. It's we should have flown over it. It's a bit to the left, sorry. So there, I think it is. Yeah, that looks like the airport. And here's the harbour. I think Southampton was quite a big harbour back in the day, right? And they built a lot of those cruise ships, etc. So, yeah, back in the day.
Direct 4003, turn right to heading 205.
205.
Heading 205 direct 4003.
I'm already gonna, let me see, what's the thrust at? 133, that's super low. Let me set it to something more reasonable. We can do 19er 200 maybe for now. I'll do approach, land, arm that. We can go to slats already and do
speed brake,
flaps. We don't need speed brake anymore. We can arm that.
speed brake, speed brake.
Oh wait, I was wrong.
Speed brake.
Now we can arm that. Okay, we have landing armed, thrust set, and actually we are gonna disconnect the thrust. I'm gonna go manual on thrust. Much nicer to fly that way. At least I find it easier. Landing lights, etc. are set to on. Don't think there's anything else. Now we just need to make sure that we actually get on the final properly. But yeah, it looks really good. You can see that we have deployed flaps. Maybe a bit early to deploy them, but oh well.
Direct 4003, you are 13 nautical miles northeast of the airport. Fly heading 225 to intercept final. Cleared for ILS approach to runway 26. Contact Southampton Tower on 118.2.
Fly heading 225 cleared for ILS approach to runway 26. Tower on 118.2 up direct 4003.
Yeah, this should get us very nicely. Nice vectoring actually this time. So this time it was the right choice to ask for an approach.
Direct 4003, good afternoon.
We should soon see the localizer. We can help it a bit. I'm gonna turn a bit more.
ILS runway 26 will call when established on final direct 4003.
Maybe a tad bit more. 235 should be a good one. Okay, let's see. Localizer still not alive, but will be soon enough. Are we seeing some movement now? Maybe? I think the airport is around there, right? Let's see. Still no movement from the localizer. But it's gonna be soon. Landing is armed, heading 235. Now it must pop up because we have the glide slope and the localizer. There we go. And let's see, can we capture the localizer before we capture the glide slope? Well, we'll capture them kind of simultaneously. Okay, let's prep. We can do flaps 13. There we have the runway right in front of us. So this is gonna be good. It's gonna be very good. I hope at least. We shall know soon enough.
Autopilot.
Okay, we can disconnect the autopilot.
Autopilot.
I do though need to press that annoying button, because otherwise we're gonna hear those sounds. Add a bit more flaps, always like 138 VAP, something along those lines. Okay, looking good. We're descending a bit faster than I would want.
Stabilizer motion.
Let's
1000.
stabilize a bit. Quite a fun plane to hand fly. Okay, let's go to flaps full. You can go to flaps full on a pretty high setting, so that's kind of interesting. Okay, gear is down, and same with flaps are fully deployed. Speed brake is armed. We were going a bit fast there. It's not the biggest plane, right? It's not the most stable one on approach. We are coming into land. Guess let's try to
Direct 4003 winds are
to maintain altitude a bit.
knots. Cleared to land runway 26.
500.
Clear to land runway
Clear to land
26.
runway 26 up direct 4003.
Okay, it's looking good. Can descend a bit quicker, or maybe coming in a bit
400.
fast. I forgot to do established on landing or on final, but well. C'est la vie, at least we got landing
300.
clearance.
Approaching minimums.
Approaching minimums.
200. Minimums.
We're a bit high now. Okay, now it's
100.
continuous. Oh yeah, forgot to do it after minimums,
50.
but
40.
we continue, we shall.
30. 20. 10. 5.
There we go. A bit late, I would say. An okay landing though. I don't always get them too good with these aircraft, but that was fine. Maybe a bit long of a landing. I should have broke, or yeah, what's the word for break? I Should have used my brakes. I guess that's one way to phrase it. Should have used my brakes a bit earlier, but I'm too used to having the auto brakes, right? You become a bit dependent on those. You become lazy. You wanna move your feet. But we did it. We landed. Pretty nice. We can. I think we can taxi on this one, right? It's not too small. Should be fine. I hope.
003 contact
Looks a
Bournemouth
bit tiny.
on 121.7.
But let's try.
Ground on 121.7 up direct 4003.
Let's start APU 1 as well already. And let's make sure we don't taxi too fast. UK direct 4003. Ready to taxi.
Direct 4003 taxi to stand Golf 12 via taxiways Mike, Whiskey, Victor.
Taxi to stand Golf 12 via taxiways Mike, Whiskey, Victor, direct 4003.
This seems like more of a general aviation road, but could be wrong. But luckily we are a small plane, so we can do it anyway. Okay, let's see. The APU is on. We can do the bleed and the generator. Oh, we were going a bit fast. Our landing VS or vertical speed was -80, so it was a very smooth landing. And here we go, Bournemouth. Or Bournemouth. Yeah, butchering that one. Looks okay. It's once again it's a freeware one, right? So not gonna be as good. It's not as it's like not one of those good ones like Shannon. There is payware options, right? So I would recommend those, but I mean how often am I gonna fly here? So if you have a pretty good decent freeware, I would put this in the okay category, then I'll do the freeware one. As well, like what explained, like I wouldn't mind having more payware ones, but I could really just choose the ones I like and fly to often. For example, the airports I've visited in real life, or plus maybe some of the nice airports that exist. But there's a lot of freeware ones also for X-Plane, which is great. And let's just stop here. I just wanna wrap this up. Have some things I still need to do today. Can't fly all day long, even though one would want to. Plus it takes some time to upload the video as well, etc. It's never as easy as one wants it to be. Okay, so we are gonna, let's see if we can get nicely on the midpoint. Now we're gonna be a bit off, but that's fine. We're not perfectionists, so we'll stop here. Goddamn, the parking brakes got loose. Luckily there was no one in front of us. Just gonna write my PyRep. Let me see next. Okay, I think that recorded my flight. Let me see, book flight. Can I see my... Let me have a look. Yeah, I think I... Can we see how that flight rating 100%? Okay, good. There we go. One thing... Oh, forgot again to put the seatbelt signs on, but you know, minor inconveniences for the passengers. And flight 226, that seems more reasonable. Didn't feel like it was a mega smooth landing. Let's have a look. I'm gonna exit pilot 30C. It was an okay approach. Maybe not the perfect one, but reasonable enough. Nice weather to fly in. And we got down pretty nicely. Yeah, the only thing with the true earth ride, it's a bit blurry at the ground. But oh well, can't get everything. And yeah, we missed the touchdown zone here, the main one. But we got down pretty nicely. We should have used a bit of right rudder, I think. But oh well. You snooze, you lose. But yeah, that was it. Short flight today. Just wanted to get a flight in. I haven't done one in a while. It's gonna be a bit longer. I might do one tomorrow, but otherwise maybe next week. Let's see. And then I'll probably have some summer vacation, so I'll probably not do flights for a while. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this short video. I'm hoping to do more flights with UK Direct and with the other virtual airlines. Hoping to do some more X-Plane flights, but let's see. And until next time, bye bye.